Guys, I have to come clean.
I'm going to be showing you some of the best methods to go find sales clients for yourself and make anywhere from $10 to $15 to even $20,000 a month.
High ticket sales.
You've probably heard about it from Eman, Ty Lopez, Alex Hormozy, or myself. It's the best business model for those who want financial freedom, they want remote freedom.
Is dying. Okay, maybe a little bit of clickbait in the title of this, but it is for good reason. So hear me out. I've been in the high ticket sales space for honestly my entire business career since 2019. And what I'm seeing right now is both good for high ticket sales, but also for the guys that have been in like I have, or maybe you're at a glass ceiling when you're income, or you have experience as a sales manager or a sales rep, and you're like, what is that next step? What I'm seeing right now in the online business space is one of the greatest opportunities that I have ever seen. And those of us that have been in sales, it is ripe for you to actually come in and make more money than you ever have. So in this video, I'm going to break that down for you. I'm going to show you exactly how you can take advantage so that you can actually make the money you want to make and have the next step once you've maxed out your sales career. As a sales rep, you are basically working an equation. Your equation of how much money you can make is defined by the amount of calls you take, the quality of those calls, and then the offer price, and obviously the commission of the thing you're selling. It is a simple math equation. So if I'm working all day, awesome, that's my time input. If I'm selling a $10,000 offer, awesome, that's my offer math input. Now it's a matter of how many calls show, how many do I close, and then what is my commission on that? 10%, $1,000. I'm not in control of the other two variables. I don't know the quality of the calls that are going to show up, and obviously I can do my best to have a good close rate, but close rate is dictated by quality. Even if you're a master, if you're just not getting a lot of shown calls or they're shit calls, you're not gonna make a lot of money. So yeah, sales is still good. You can still make a lot of money. It's still the best thing for beginners, but you get to a certain point where you're like, well, this is out of my control. What do I do? There's only so much time in a day. There's only so much you can control: lead variability, quality, and show rate, and all these things. And the rest is kind of just out there. It's not really in your wheelhouse to be able to manage. Now let's talk about sales managers. If you've been a sales manager, kind of the same issue, right? You can only manage so many teams at a time. You're getting 5 to 7% typically on cash collected. That's awesome. You can make really good money. I have a sales manager that makes $40,000, $30,000 a month, but you're severely limited by the amount of people you can work with because you are the sales manager. You're the one that has the skill, the expertise, the oversight. How many people can you sales manage for at a time? Not more than a couple. So again, the same problem as being a sales rep. At a certain point, once you hit those upper limits, you're capped out. It's a real glass ceiling when you're income. And to make more money, you can't really do so because the only variable that is actually allowing you to make money is time and the amount of clients you have. And that is a very limited capacity. So what do? This is the point I'm trying to make. At a certain point in sales, you hit a glass ceiling, whether it's as a sales rep or a sales manager or even an appointment setter, you mathematically just can't really grow anymore. You can't really make any more money. So I looked at the marketplace and I saw a gap in the education of sales for my age demographic. So I started Closer Cartel. I started an info product company and it was the right decision, obviously. It blew the brand up, made us a lot of money. But right now, for all of you guys watching this video that are sales reps, appointment setters, sales managers, and you're like, what do? I get asked this all the time. What is that next step? What I have for you is going to blow your mind. It's going to make perfect sense. And I want to break it down for you in my iPad and just show you math. Okay, so we're in my iPad now. And guys, this is the modern info sales process. If you've been in this game, you are one part of this equation. You're either the setter, the sales manager, or you're the closer, right? So you're the one turning traffic into closed deals, of course, but you're on the receiving end of data. You're on the receiving end of metrics being at KPIs. You're at the mercy of show rate. You're at the mercy of lead quality. You're at the mercy of how well are we marketing? Like, you are the end user and experiencer of these data points on the front end. And the point that I want to make to you and the opportunity that I'm seeing is one simple thought process. What if instead of you being the end experience of all these data points and you're the one that's kind of like it's happening to you, what if you're the one in control of that? You see, with the same skill set that you have right now as a sales rep or a sales manager, the ability to actually close deals, the ability to understand psychology, to understand what makes people buy, and to understand being in that process of, oh, the show rate is shit, this sucks. You know what it's like. What if you were the one in control of those variables? And that is what I want to get at in this video. You guys can take the same skill set that you have right now, go into an info product company, Leverage it in a much more efficient way. So instead of you closing deals, you're the one that is managing the process. You're managing the sales assets. You're managing the show rate. You're managing the close rate. You're managing the sales team. You're making sure everything is going as smoothly as it should. And you're not trading your time for money. You're trading your expertise and your value for money. Meaning I can work with 1 to 3 of these clients doing this sort of offering, and I can make $30, $50, $100,000 a month. And if you don't believe me, Kevin, I'm going to throw up on the screen, is making $80,000 a month right now. Used to be a sales rep.
So more than doubled revenue already within the program.
Jonathan, stuck at $16,000 a month for the last 2 years. He just made $40,000 last month.
We did 30K last month, and then I'll be at 40K this month. So,
Or Devin, who was a Closer Cartel student, was a member of my team, went from setter to sales rep to then sales manager. He's now making $30,000 a month, working 20 hours instead of all day grinding, doing full-time work.
Switching from a closer to doing more IPO stuff, my income literally doubled.
So I'm not saying that sales is bad. If I had a son that was like, what do I do to make money? Get into sales, learn sales, start there. But at a certain point, guys, it would be remiss of me to lie to you and be like, you know what? This is the thing you do forever. It's not true. Sales is where you start, but it's not where you finish. You could 3 to 5x what you're making right now, just implementing this at a higher level in what we call IPO. You are the one operating and controlling these variables, like show rate. What are you doing to adjust show rate? Oh, well, I do these things. What are you doing to adjust close rate? Oh, I do all these things. Are you at KPI? No. Okay, if we improve it, how much more money does the company make? It's a simple percentage-based math equation. So if you double show rate, you're doubling the amount of money you make. Because if you're closing 50% of all calls, and then instead of 20 calls, you get 40 calls, you close 50% more. Like you're doubling what you do. So for you guys to be able to have that next step and to be able to sort of make the money you want to make, I've always been good at looking at the whole ecosystem of business. I think this is the most slept on opportunity in business right now. And I think it's not that hard for you guys to come in with the skill set you already have. Just learn a few more things, learn a little bit higher leverage of a skill, come in and implement this, take a company from 100,000 to 300,000 a month and take 10% of that. You're making 20K a month for one client. And it takes a couple hours a day. Most of our students in the IPO program are working 4 to 5 hours a day. That's the average of what we've talked to people on. This allows you to take a company from 0 to hero, take a percentage of it, and then you're basically an info product hedge fund. You own a small percentage of several different info companies, and you can spread your risk. You can work with a trading company, and then an e-com company, and then a dating company, and then a mailbox company. We know a mailbox offer that launched and did $1 million in like 6 months. All that matters is you have a skill set that you're not properly leveraging, and IPO is the proper way to leverage that. So the point of this video is not to pitch you guys. This information I just gave you will change the game for you if you apply it. But if you guys would like me to sort of hold your hand and show you how to get an IPO client, how to actually improve show rate, close rate, sales infrastructure, sales assets, and install these systems and give you guys all the systems and plug and plays yourself so you don't have to figure it out, I want you to check out the description in the link of this video. You can book a call and get into the IPO program. We're about to raise the prices on this. But yeah, guys, this is the opportunity that I see. And this video probably won't get 1 million views, but this is what is going to make you real money. And this is why we're making doctor salaries working 5 hours a day or 20 hours a week. That's absurd. I hope this makes sense for you guys. And if you're a sales rep or you're just like a disenfranchised salesperson like I once was, this is the next step. This is gonna make you a lot happier. You're gonna love your life a lot more. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one and check out the description.